This video is a factual review of the best and worst possible outcomes of a tankless water heater purchase. The people are real, and the stories shared are true.
Bob and Sharon, welcome to DRF. Thank you for coming down today to tell your story.
Thanks for having us.
We're going to go over that day when you went through your crisis with hot water. We're going to talk about your old unit and the problems you had, and talk about your experiences with DRF. And now it's been several months since you've had that tankless water heater installed, and we'll talk about what it's like when you have a professional installation of a quality hot water heater. And we'll talk about the impact that's had on your family.
The reason we went with a tankless was we installed a bathroom in the basement, a shower, and then a jacuzzi. And then we have another bathroom upstairs, and we were told that the tankless would be the best way to go because we would have unlimited amounts of hot water. And it cleared up space in the basement off the floor also. That was another reason that we really wanted to go with it, because we hated having the tank water heater right in the middle of the room.
Okay, however, he's failing to not tell you everything. He was in an auto accident 10 years ago. The whole reason we remodeled our home to put that bathroom in the basement was because he has a problem with his nervous system and his temperature. He can't control his temperature. So when he gets a chill, all his muscles tense up, causing migraines and many other problems. So that's why we thought the tankless hot water heater would be a good idea, because it provided constant hot water.
And the limitless hot water for you is that's not a luxury.
No, it's a necessity.
That's a life necessity.
Right. I take anywhere from 3 to 4 hot showers a day. A day.
Yes. 24 hours through the night. During the day.
I can wake up at 2 o'clock in the morning, caught a chill, and have to go straight into the shower.
And then the shower relaxes those muscles.
Relaxes the muscles, and it calms the nerves down.
And then that'll prevent the migraines and the
chronic pain.
We had a contractor come in, and he did some other repairs in our house, and he had mentioned that he had a friend that was a plumber, licensed plumber, he said, and that we could get a tankless hot water heater installed. We would buy the unit, we paid him a small sum of money to install it, and it would be fine. So he came in, and my husband did catch him smoking in our house after we just had our house repainted, and he made a mess of everything, and he installs the unit, and we think that everything's fine, but from honestly day one it did not work properly. But again, we didn't know. It was only till like 4 months after that we had another repair center come out from the manufacturer, find out that when he installed the water heater, he did several mistakes. It was very unsafe. It was something to do with carbon monoxide venting in or something like that, and that it voided our warranty. So we tried to call the company to see if somebody could come out and take a look at it. We thought we had a faulty unit, but in turn we had a faulty installation. The new one doesn't do any of that.
And our daughter doesn't have to come down in her robe to reset it every time it was going out.
So the other one would give you a fault, and you'd have to come down and reset it in the middle of the shower.
And hope it caught. Otherwise, you would have to come back down again and reset it again. Sometimes you'd have to reset it 2-3 times before it would cycle through and then kick into the hot water.
That could make you late for work.
Yes, and a little 12-year-old girl shouldn't have to run out in the middle of her shower and actually know how to work the faulty hot water heater. Yes, they all knew how to reset it.
They all adapt. So that had horrific impact on your family.
Yes.
So what did they tell you when they said it was installed improperly? How did that affect the warranty?
It voided the warranty instantly. It instantly voided the warranty, he said, which meant all the igniters that kept burning out inside the water heater at $500 a pop was on us, that we had to keep paying for it.
And was the faulty installation what caused these to burn out?
Yes.
So do you recall what you paid originally for the installation and the heater?
The water heater we paid, I think,
It's $1,000.
$1,000 for the water heater, and then $500 to have it installed.
So by by standards of what a professional would charge, probably half of what a professional would charge.
And we knew that. We were told we got a really good deal, but to repair our tankless water heater, and 5 hours after he repaired it and $700 later, it completely died. It just completely died. So it was too late by that time, right, to call anybody. So we called Home Depot first thing in the morning and were directed to DRF, and that's when everything started to roll. I told her we needed a tanked water heater.
Yeah.
I wasn't going to go back to the tankless. And she was like, kind of pushing to go with the tankless. And I was a little aggravated a little bit because I didn't think she was understanding that there was no money for a tankless water heater. So that's when you got on the phone and said, if money was no object, what would you do to fix it?
What would be best for your family?
Right. And that's when, of course, we would rather have the tankless because of what it offers. There was an instant trust on the phone of, I felt like I was going to be taken care of.
Well, nobody ever asks that. If money was no object, what would you do? No one asks that anymore.
No. They just tell you what you're going to pay, and that's it.
If price wasn't an option, and you thought about how long you were going to live there, what's best for your family, and we weren't talking about money, what would you ultimately really want? What would be your ideal outcome?
The tankless.
Okay. I'm going to have them put in the tankless, and we'll get it figured out, okay?
It was wonderful. They came in. They were very neat in appearance, clean. They went to work right away. They didn't mess around. They explained what they were doing step by step to me, so I knew what they were doing, so I wasn't in the dark, which I like.
Makes you feel comfortable.
Right. I like to know what's going on, so I understand more. They went, even when they drilled the hole through the brick, they cleaned it all up. There was no mess left behind. And we were left with a perfect working hot water heater.
We actually make them take pictures before and after of every job.
Wow.
And they're accountable to make sure that they're leaving the area clean and that everything's been done properly. And then we have a backup plumbing system where other plumbers can review the pictures to make sure everything was done correctly. It's just a check and balance.
Oh, wow.
So you typically only get what you inspect, and you have to inspect what you expect people to do, and that picture system allows us to have a good handle. Also, if there's problems in the future, when you call and say, well, we have this or that, we can actually walk you through, so the person on the phone can pull up the pictures of your installation and say, go to the red valve, turn it, do this, do that, and they can actually look at it and say, in your lunch room next to the dryer, if you look to your left.
That's smart.
Wow.
That's very smart.
It's a neat thing, and it protects you. Also, if anything were ever to happen, you experienced that the manufacturer said you have no warranty because it was installed incorrectly. This is a piece that allows us to verify that everything was done correctly. For DRF, part of our mission and vision is actually providing quality professional services through faith, trust, and value. And that faith, trust, and value piece is something that people would love to have when they deal with people in their homes, but it's just not something that's always given.
Right. They called the next day to make sure everything was still running right and everything.
And even sent us an email to make sure, again, to see if everything was okay as well.
Yeah.
So they cared about you.
Yes.
We have a Christmas surprise for you. Christmas is coming up, and we had extended to you and told you you could pay for your tankless water heater, when we got around to it. And so for Christmas, DRF is giving you the tankless completely for no cost.
You're kidding me.
Wow.
So you have no bill. Your bill
Oh
is
my
clear
God.
and free.
Wow.
You have
That's really great.
some unexpected extra money for Christmas.
That's awesome.
That's wonderful.
And, we're just glad to be able to give back to the communities we serve.
That's
That's
awesome.
very special. Thank you.
Thank you.
I don't want to upset you.
Nothing has ever, and nothing seems to work out for us.
No. This is like the best thing we've had happen to us in a very
really
long
think it's
time.
a hot water heater, and people are probably like, it's a hot water heater, but you have no idea.
Yeah.
Well, the only thing we would ask, we have a philosophy that you can't earn extra time. The only way you can get time is by investing in others and giving to others. So all we'd ask is, when you have the opportunity, pass it along.
We will.
Pay it forward.
Yeah, just pass it along, and thanks a lot for coming down today and coming here to tell your story.
Thank you
Thank you.
very much. I appreciate
Thank you.
it. Thank you.
Thank you for investing the time to learn more about tankless water heater systems. Following is a review of items to consider when preparing for a purchase. Will a tankless unit work for my application and my property? Which type of tankless technology is best for my property and needs? Is the company I'm dealing with properly licensed? In the state of Illinois, it is required to have a 055 plumbing license from the Illinois Department of Public Health to install a water heater. Does the contractor intend to pull a permit? Permit inspections are required in many areas for your protection. Does the contractor have proper insurance, general liability, workman's compensation, Illinois state plumbing bond? Does the contractor provide licensed, background checked, and reputable technicians? Will the current fuel supply in your property accommodate the new tankless unit and the existing demands in the property? A fuel consumption analysis audit should be completed as part of the estimate process. What warranty is offered on the unit itself and the workmanship? What is the probability of the warranty being honored and the company being in business to honor the warranty? Demand real references from the company to assure they understand tankless technology. You can contact DRF directly with questions at 630-615-7000.